Hi, this is Steve Nicolarette, and this is Baseball School from the Ground Up. The purpose of this discussion is to talk specifically about what happens when we pick off a base runner at first base. Now, the way I see it, the runner who's picked off can only do one of two things. The runner can immediately sprint hard toward second base, or the runner will be surprised and sort of dance away from the first baseman in a very moderate speed, looking at the first baseman who has the ball. I mean, either one of those two situations will happen. Let's take a look at what we're going to do to handle it. Okay, I would suggest that the first baseman, when he receives the ball, what he's going to do is he's got a choice. He reads the runner. If the runner is running hard toward second base, the first baseman will throw the ball to second base. If the runner is surprised, and if the runner is sort of dancing away from the first baseman but looking back at first base, then what happens is the first baseman must run hard at the runner. Let's take this situation. Let's suppose the runner is running hard to second base. Okay, the first baseman comes to greet the ball from the pitcher, and the first thing the first baseman will always do is get his feet in a position to throw the ball to second base. He'll get his feet around and his hips around to throw the ball properly to second base. Very easy for a left-handed first baseman, difficult for a right-handed first baseman. So he's ready to throw the ball to second base. And if in fact the runner is running hard to second base, the throw will be made to the second baseman, actually be made to second base to the shortstop here who is coming over to cover second. Let's suppose that the runner is kind of slowly dancing away from the first baseman. Well, the first baseman comes, meets the ball from the pitcher, ready to throw hard to second base, gets his feet around, and now what happens is he decides that the runner isn't running hard to second base. Now the first baseman must run hard at the runner to get the runner to start to move rather quickly. You can see now the second baseman jumps in. He's what we call the shark man. The second baseman will now actually move towards the runner, call for the ball, and hopefully when he receives the ball will make the tag right there about 2/3 of the way between first and second base. Okay, so basically then what we have is this. For the first baseman, the first thing he does is he gets his feet around, meets the ball, gets his feet around, ready to make a throw towards second base. He anticipates the runner running hard to second base. If the runner's not running hard at second base, the first baseman now will run hard at the runner. Okay, what about the shortstop? The shortstop's job is to go over, cover second base, and he anticipates the runner running hard at second base, and he anticipates the long throw from the first baseman to the shortstop. Second baseman. The second baseman actually anticipates the runner not running hard, so the second baseman comes into the baseline. About 3/4 of the way between first and second base, and the second baseman will then start to shorten the noose of the rundown. Okay, let's talk about the second baseman. Let's suppose the second baseman comes in, anticipates the runner sort of dancing away from first base, but the runner doesn't do that at all. He's running hard to second base. No problem. The second baseman will read that. He steps out of the rundown and circles back behind second base, behind the shortstop, who is actually going to receive now to throw from the first baseman. What happens if the rundown is such that it actually is a short rundown? In other words, the throw goes from the first baseman to the second baseman. Well, at that point in time, the shortstop, who didn't receive the long throw from the first baseman, he'll begin to shorten up the rundown. And if in fact he's involved in the rundown, by the time he's involved, he's already shortened it up probably halfway between second base and first base. Remember, you're trying to shorten up from the front side. Once the first baseman throws the ball, hopefully the pitcher is over behind first base and he becomes the second guy in the rundown at first base. But he's on the back side of the rundown. What's his role? He's always going to wait for the throw about 3 feet in front of first base. Never on first base, in front of first base. Why? A bang-bang play, if you're straddling the bag, the runner is safe. A bang-bang play, if you're 3 feet in front of the bag, the runner is obviously going to be out. The pitcher and the first baseman are considered back people here. The shortstop and the second baseman are considered front people here. All players in the rundown will circle back after they dump the ball. Ultimately, you want to shorten the rundown up so that we can get the runner in as few throws as possible.